All right, so now we're going to do the opening. So I'm going to stick with polyline. Oh, and I wanted to explain about the layering of the dimension. So there's a setting in AutoCAD that allows you that by default, whenever you add dimensions, they actually stick to a specific layer. So even though my current active layer is walls existing, anything I create is sitting on this layer. You know, if I do a circle, a rectangle, or I do like a, let's say a triangle, okay, like this. So all of these guys are sitting on the walls layer, my current layer. But if I add a dimension, and you select it, you'll see it actually goes to that. There's a setting for it. I'll just put it in the description. I think I just don't remember what it was. Let me see if I can remember it. I did it a while ago, so I'll need to check my notes to remember how I set up this in the template. But anyway, it's for your reference, just so you know. It's something handy and it allows me to, just all my dimensions automatically go to their own dedicated layer. Now we talk about openings. Let's do it. So here's a quick line that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna offset it by 3 feet up, 3 feet down. This is one of the ways I create openings, like this. And then I'll get rid of this reference line. I'll erase it, and then I'll trim. I will join these guys. Even if you select dimensions, the join ignores them. Okay, so this is looking good. I'm gonna start adding more openings around. So let's do that. So I'm gonna add one here from the middle point. Okay, so I want to add it literally in the middle between these two areas. So if I do this middle point right here, or this middle point, it's not gonna be exactly in the middle between the walls. So I'm just gonna do this, and now you see, like, the middle point is the one that I want to get is from here. So I drew a reference polyline, and then I'll just get rid of it. And now I'll do an offset 2 feet to the right, 2 feet to the left, get rid of it. Okay, maybe this window is going to be too big. The engineer might not be happy about how tight it is. Well, the engineer will not mind. It's just could be more expensive to, to make it work for very wide openings. But let's see what's going on here. How much is it now? It's 3 feet. Okay, I'm happy with it. Gonna trim. Before I join, I'm just gonna mirror it. Okay, so I don't have a middle point here. So there's a shortcut in AutoCAD. I'm gonna hit the shift button, and then I'm gonna right click with the mouse, and you will get this temporary snapping window. So from here, I'm gonna choose this option called mid, between 2 points. I'm gonna click on this point, and now I'm able to reference literally the middle between them to do the mirroring. The mirror command was active already, so this worked out. You can watch this a few times to make sure you understand it. If not, I'll try to talk about it again in the future. But again, the purpose is to show you the process. It's not to explain the commands. Okay, we have openings. I'm happy here. I'm gonna try to do the kitchen here in this portion, and this is gonna be good because then all the water and plumbing elements are going to be on this wall. I'm going to have kitchen in this portion. I'm going to have the laundry, washer, dryer. Then I'm going to have toilet, sink, and shower or a tub in this portion. So this is looking good. So here I want to put my kitchen window right smack in the middle. I'm going to put a window right above the sink. So I will do that. And then I want to do a window that's 5 feet wide. So I'll do like this. And then I will erase this, trim it, and then join. I know the join part might not make super sense yet, but you'll see eventually. I'm gonna get there. And then here I'm gonna add another window. So I can do this differently. I'll use rectangle. I'll do 2 feet away from that point, and then reference up. Then I'm gonna select it, move it, and then just move it like this. This is another way of doing things. Again, trim, join, same process literally. And then here I'm gonna have the shower in this portion. So I'd like to add a window here. So I'll do the new process that I'm showing you. I'm gonna do 4 feet, then reference here. I have a polyline or rectangle essentially. I use the rectangle command. I know I have a snap point here in the middle, so I'm literally just referencing it like this. Then I'm trimming the whole thing, joining all of them. Okay, I needed to select once. So this is good. So now for the bedroom, so I'm kind of working on the windows now, and then we'll start working on the interior openings. Before we go, let's do a quick save. It's a lot of progress at this point, so I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna go from this corner, I'm gonna do 6 inches, and then I'm gonna offset this by, let's do 3 feet. Okay, I'm gonna do like short windows. okay? And then I'm gonna mirror this from here to the opposite. So I can do the shift command that I showed you earlier, which is from, so let's do this. We're gonna do mirror, MI, okay, that's mirror. I'm gonna do hit shift, hold the shift button on the keyboard, then right click, and I will get this temporary snapping setting. I'm gonna click that I want from the middle of here to here, and this allows me to do this. I don't want to erase the source, and then we have these and we can trim. Now I'm gonna undo and go back. You're probably wondering, like, what if we mirror from here? Yeah, there's a million ways literally to do things in AutoCAD. So it's just people see it differently when they're working. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to your experience and how many years you have working with this software. All right, so let's stretch this down. I just want to see how much dimension we have here. We have 14. We have here 14.7. Okay, this is cool. So I'm gonna do the same window size, but on the opposite wall. So I drew this reference polyline, and then I'm gonna mirror it. Then I'm gonna erase it because I didn't want it. And then this, I can, just mirror it because that's my plan to do this floor plan, is literally to have two windows here, two windows here. They're all same size at 3 feet. And then I'm gonna trim the whole thing, join the whole thing, and this will make sense once we get the hedge. Right. So for Windows, I think I'm happy. I would like to add, I think I'm gonna add a couple windows here. Well, I'm gonna have the kitchen here, so better leave it as is. I don't want to congest it with windows. So maybe I'll do a big window here for the living. And we can actually shift this a little bit off center. So we will do this, 1 foot longer from this side. Can even actually do 1 more foot. So now we're gonna have like a featured living room window here that's sizable. Okay, so here, so the same problem we talked about earlier. It's not a problem, it's just I want the window exactly right in the middle between them like this. And then I'm gonna offset this 3 feet up, 3 feet down, and that's gonna give us a very wide window at 6 feet. Gonna add dimensions in a second so we see what the hell we are doing so far. Okay, so this is good. And then I'm gonna add a couple windows here. So I'm gonna come here with a polyline. I'm gonna extend 6 inches. I'll do 3 feet wide windows. Okay, then I'm gonna mirror these two beautiful lines from here to here, and then boom, trimming, joining everything again, and this is looking good. And then another save. So I'm done now with the windows. All the windows, and now I'm going to start focusing on the interior doors. There's literally going to be 3 interior doors here, 3 or 4 actually. We're going to have 1 to the bedroom, 1 to the laundry, 1 to the bathroom from the laundry, and then 1 to the bathroom from the bedroom. I'm just giving access from both the living and the bedroom. Might not be the best design, but it's a design that works. All right, so now for interior doors, I like to do 4 inches away from the corner. You can do, 3 inches if you want. I think 3 inches is, clean. And then I'm gonna mirror this to the opposite side. Actually, no need, I'll just do a polyline. Again, remember, there's literally a million ways to do things. I'm gonna do the opening on the inside 2 feet 8. That's up to code within California and LA, city of LA. So, that's the minimum you can have for an interior door. Okay, an interior door that leads to a room, not to a storage. I think for a storage you can do 2 feet, but I could be wrong. This is what I know, and this is what I'm going to be using. Okay, so opening, and then I'm going to do a mirror here. I'm going to erase this. Then I have these guys. Now I'm going to trim everything, big trims, and then all these interior openings are ready. Okay, and we join. And this is looking clean. Another save, and then now I'm going to detail the dimensions just so I see how big everything is, because I like, as I'm working, to keep the dimensions because, it really makes it easy to design and, troubleshoot what are you doing, what could go bigger, smaller, and whatnot. Okay, so I will do this here, and then I'll put it here. Okay, I took a quick pause for the video just to double check a command how to do it in Mac. I'm gonna go back here, delete this. So I'm gonna do a dimension, okay, from here to here, right? And we get 9 inches. I can stretch this text to be just, sitting here. Now, I think it's not gonna work what I want to show you. So for now, I'm just gonna place this here, but there's a command that allows you to continue the dimension command, from the previous point. So you can just literally, it's called dim continue, DIM continue. And then that's going to allow me now to just keep going, similar to Revit. I think SketchUp does it this way too, but the command stays active, right? Then I'm going to hit return to finish it, and then I will clean this just to make it like this. And then these openings could be hard to see at this point, so maybe I'll just stretch the dimension out so things are not overlapping, and it's still easy to look at things. Okay, some people prefer, to dimension to the interior. So again, there's literally a million ways. As long as the contractor knows what's going on, the engineer knows what's going on, and then the city plan checker knows what's going on, you're gonna be fine. So you can literally, as long as everyone understands and is on the same page of how you're dimensioning and how you're doing things, everything's gonna be okay, and everybody is going to be happy working with you. All right, so we have these breakdowns, so I'm going to do the same here. So here, and then because we know about continue now, so we're going to do dim continue, yep, this guy. All right, so right here, okay, and then I'm going to stop to this point. I'm going to hit enter or return. I'm going to hit the shortcut again for dimension, keep going. Okay, then dim continue. I'm doing the entire perimeter, and you'll see in a second like why this is helpful, because once you want to modify things, let's say my client calls me now and he or she tells me like, hey, I want the living room potentially bigger, is it doable? And if it is doable, then we can modify it for them. So that's kind of why. Okay, so we have this. Okay, these dimensions are a little too close. If you think we're putting a lot of dimensions, you are right, because you need a lot of dimensions to explain the design and for you to understand what you're doing, because you can't remember everything. So we're going to do the opening here, right? So this is good. This is good. Couple more and I'm almost done. I'm going to be done with the dimensioning. Okay, and then now we can do dim continue. Where is it? I probably need to make a shortcut for it, because we're going to use it often. Then here there's nothing, so there's no need for the dimension. Okay, and then we can do here, I'm just going to do this one right here. Okay, this is an interesting dimension. If you don't like to have halves and quarters, you can modify the design, but sometimes you need to have them. You don't have the flexibility. So here, let's do this. Okay, this is another situation where the values are just, they're not clear numbers. So I can modify that, I can fix it. And the way to fix it is I'll need to do multiple modifications. So what we can do is push everything. Okay, this is a situation where this is going to become in handy. So I'm going to do a ginormous stretch. I'm literally going to modify all of these. And I'm going to go to the left by 1 inch. So now the kitchen is 14.6. This is 5.8. This is 110.5. So here I will fix it by going to the right by ½ inch. Oops, I actually go back 1 inch here. And then this one, the same, I will just do ½ inch to the right. So this is 410, 4.8. I want it smack in the middle, so I will do it like that. And then let's double check what happened on the bottom. So now my window here is 3 feet 1 inch. I want the window to stay at 3 feet. And then, if you're, getting overwhelmed by the dimensions, you can just always stretch them out and, space them out. As long as they fit on the paper later on, you're going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to do this and another save, because this is a lot of progress. All right, I realize I missed these openings, so let's add them as well, because I'm trying to do this, trying to show you exactly how I would do this for an actual client or an actual project, because you wanna have all these details. So we're gonna go down. By the way, there might be a faster way of doing this. You're welcome to try it. If you know it, you can comment it too and help other people do things faster. Right, and then we have one more. Okay, since these dimensions are the same, I'm literally just gonna mirror them. And I'm gonna mirror them based on, I don't have a middle point, so I'll do a middle point between here and slide it down here, and then boom, like this. and then do not erase, yep, and then I'll stretch these guys, this group of dimensions, so they're aligned with here, and this is good, so that way I'm consistent all over or all around. I believe I'm good to go, and then we hit another save. So now I have all the openings and all the dimensions, everything is dimensioned. So now I'm going to start adding the actual openings. So let's start with doors. Okay, let's go to a door. I think I use this one. Okay, so we're going to copy it. I'm going to copy it from here. This door is pretty nice. It's literally the only door block I use almost because it's dynamic. It has all these controls and you're going to see why they are handy. I'm going to rotate it. Then I'm going to move it from the swing point. I want this door to swing out. And then here, okay, I'm realizing the dimensions, we could do a better standard for them and make them dashed. So I'm gonna actually go to the dimension style window and I will go to JC for JCAD, dimension style, I'll do a modify. And then the line types, I'm just gonna make them hidden, okay, for the dimension line. And then, okay, how do I do it? Okay, this one hidden. Let's see how things are gonna look like. Okay, they're nice. Maybe they're not that helpful. Maybe I'll just switch the color so I see them better. But for now, I think I'm gonna keep them just to differentiate them from the doors. And I'll consider modifying them, and we'll see about that. All right. So now we have the door. We're gonna do a double door. This is good. Okay. Oh, another way you can do this is we can actually freeze the layer. So layer freeze for dimensions. And boom, they're frozen. You can activate them again right here. You can click the freeze or unfreeze from layers. But now we can, comfortably add the doors and the windows. Just don't forget you have them because you're gonna need them. All right, let's switch to our layer to doors. Let's make sure these doors are sitting on the doors layer. They are. We're gonna copy these guys. Okay, we're gonna copy it to here. Now, obviously, this door is so big to the opening. So because of this, the dynamic feature, I'm able to resize it. You see the different sizes it has. Actually has the standard sizes do for doors, and it also has these swings. So I'm able to use that. Okay, so I just need to move it. You see that, this one is wider than the wall, so you can actually modify it too from here. A lot of controls, one of the nicest blocks ever made. It's actually made by Autodesk. It comes with your software, so really handy. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the open 45 degrees. You can also switch the swing portion of it. So I did 45, so that way, these two doors don't, hit each other when they're represented visually. Then one more door is this one, which is from this bedroom to this bedroom. I'm sorry, from the laundry to the bedroom, and this is looking good. Another save because we are done with another category. So now I'm gonna switch to the windows layer, and then I'm gonna add the windows. Now windows, I don't go fancy about them. I don't even use blocks, okay? I literally just use polyline rectangles, okay? When I say polyline rectangles, I'm using the rectangle command, but a rectangle is technically a polyline in AutoCAD. So if you select it and you look on properties, it's literally called a polyline. Even though you're doing rectangle, it's called a polyline. Right, so this is good. The windows are looking good, and then I just use a polyline, to close them here, like this. This is pretty straightforward. No matter what window type I have, I will always represent them in this method, because if you want to see how they look like, let's say this is a swing or fixed window or double hung or whatever, you can just demonstrate that within the window schedule or on the elevations. No need to go fancy about it on the floor plan. That's my opinion, my process. Up to you to follow it, right? Another save, and now let's look at the dimensions with them. All right, this is looking very busy already. Right, so everything, you know how everything is now organized, everything is joined, and I have the dimensions. Let's say, the client, I'm going to send this to the client, he or she is going to tell me, oh, can we make the laundry window bigger? So with stretch, and because I have the dimensions, I can easily make the adjustment, and everything gets, moved in. Let's say he asks to make the laundry smaller and the bathroom bigger. So what I will do is I will come here, I will do a stretch. Let's say they would like us to add the 8 inches from here to here. So I would literally do this entire stretch, go to the left by 8 inches. And then, you need to modify the window. If you're trying to make it exactly in the middle, you want to modify the values. And now, this is our current design. So that's why I do the things. That's why I do things the way I'm doing them. And another save.